Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to set up a Leopard Gecko's tank and what you should use and what you shouldn't use. The first thing you're going to need to set up a Leopard Gecko tank is the actual tank itself. This is a 10-gallon glass aquarium, and 10 gallon is the minimum for one Leopard Gecko. Each Leopard Gecko that you have housed together should have 10 gallons. So if you had 2 Leopard Geckos, it would be 20 gallons, and etc., etc. So this is my 10-gallon tank. You could also use storage tubs, but I'm working with a tank today. So, 10-gallon tank, you're going to need, the only reason why that's in there is because she's in it, and I don't want to disturb her. So you're going to need a substrate, which the only reason why I'm using paper towel right now is because I cleaned her cage, and the reptile carpet is drying. There's the reptile carpet. It's that green thing right there. Right there. So I usually use reptile carpet, but right now I'm using paper towel until the reptile carpet dries. So paper towel is totally safe for them, and it's cheap and easy. A lot of breeders use paper towel. Reptile carpet is also safe. I wouldn't use any loose substrate because it can be toxic to them if they ingest it, and they could become impacted. The next thing you're going to need for heating is, you don't need a heat lamp, but it came with the kit, so I use it anyway. But mainly you just need a heat pad, which is under the tank right now. But there's the heat pad if you can see it. Sorry. Sorry if you can't. Let me try this way. There's the heat pad. It goes under the tank, not in the tank. You should never have any heating in the tank because it could harmfully burn your gecko or any other reptile. So if you have a light, you should have the light on during the day and the heat pad on at night, the under the tank heater. I call it a heat pad. But if you don't have a lamp, you should have the heat pad on during the day, and then you can have nothing at night, or you could just leave it running all the time. And you only want it covering half, so that they have a temperature, they can, it's temperature gradient. That's what reptiles need. They need a warm side and a cool side. So your heating should be on the one side, and nothing should be on the other side. So you're going to need 2 thermometers also, one on the warm side, which should read about 90 degrees, and one on the cool side, which could drop down to about 65. And then next thing you're going to need is one hide on each side. A hide on the warm side, which would be this. And then you're going to need a hide on the cool side, which I use this. I bought it at my pet store. But you can use paper towel roll also. So you can put that in there on the cool side. And then you're going to need a shed box, which I have moss in. I put the moss down like that, and then I just put, sorry you couldn't see that, but then you just put the box right on top, like so. Actually, sorry, the moss is kind of messy, so I'm trying not to handle it too much, because it like gets all over the place, but I just remember that I'm throwing this paper towel out soon anyway, because it's temporary. So that's the shed box. I'm using a Ziploc container with a hole cut in the side. They need that for shedding. Next thing you're going to need is a water dish, which I bought from, the pet store. That's my water dish. Okay. You don't need a food dish. But if you plan on just dropping the mealworms in there, in the food dish, then you do need a food dish. But I drop the mealworms in there one by one to make sure she eats. So that's basically all you need for the Leopard Gecko tank. But I add a few things for decoration. So I have this little fake plant that I got, and I put it right over here by the shed box. And then I have this little plant. All these plants came in a pack of 3, and they were only like $5, so they weren't that expensive. But this is my other plant. And I usually put this behind her coconut. And it kind of looks cool because it like covers it. And I don't know, I just think it looks cool. And then I have one more plant that goes right here next to the water bowl. Like that. And then I have this little cactus because I thought this little area was kind of needing something. So I have that little cactus also. So that is my Leopard Gecko tank. Oh, and I also have this flower that I put, because that showbox is kind of ugly looking, so I put this flower on top of it so you can't see the moss. So that is my Leopard Gecko setup. I think that is everything you need. So that's basically it. That is how to set up your Leopard Gecko habitat. So things you need are just 2 hides, one on the warm side, one on the cool side, a shed box. I usually have my shed box on the warm side, but she wasn't using it, so I switched it to the cool side to see what happened. You need a water dish and a food dish if you want to use a food dish, and a substrate. Either paper towel or reptile carpet is awesome, or you could use tile. I've never used it before, but I heard that sometimes works too. You want an under the tank heater, and you don't need a lamp, but I use it because it came with the kit. So, that is everything you need in a Leopard Gecko setup. I hope this helped you, and if you're purchasing a Leopard Gecko. And the next video I will be showing is my Leopard Gecko. So, be sure to watch that. Thanks. Bye.